Now that we know what Tennessee exports, aka what Tennessee produces that they then ship outside of our state, and maybe even outside of our country, we're going to talk about what we import. So Tennessee isn't able to make everything because we have limited land resources. Maybe we don't have exactly what we need. So let's go ahead and look what we import to meet our needs. It says because businesses in Tennessee specialize, they do not produce everything people and businesses in Tennessee want. Tennessee buys the goods it does not produce from other states and countries. The goods Tennessee buys from other countries are called imports. So that means they are importing, they are moving it into our state. It says that we import computer and electronic equipment, we import chemicals, we import transportation equipment, we import industrial machinery, and we import electrical parts, appliances, and lighting. Now, that looks very similar to what we also export right here. However, they are probably different things. There's no point in us, let's just say we're making chemical X. This is just an example. If we are making chemical X and sending it out to a different state or a different country, and maybe another state or another country makes chemical Y, just because they're both chemicals does not mean that they are the same. So, though a lot of these are the same as our exports, I bet they are different things, just put in the same category. So let's go ahead and look. Why does Tennessee import transportation and equipment and parts and export transportation equipment and parts? So that's what I just talked about. So maybe, this is just an example, maybe Tennessee imports cars and car equipment. And maybe they export, maybe Tennessee's really good at making tractors and tractor parts and equipment. So maybe that is what it is talking about. Just because they are methods of transportation does not mean that they are all the same. There are a lot of different things that make up that big part. So we're going to go ahead and look at this graph. It's very important to know how to read graphs, especially in this unit, so that we know what or how much of importing and exporting is happening. So it says use the graph in the word bank to complete each sentence. It says in 2017, Tennessee's exports were blank than its imports. I'm looking for less, more, decreased, increased. So in order to read this graph, I'm going to look right here. It says in 2017. So I need to locate on the graph 2017. Go ahead and locate it. Put your finger on it. And then it says it's exports. Well, I don't know which one is the exports. It just says exports and imports. Oh, I need to look at my keys. So the exports are this bluish-greenish color. So I'm going to look at my exports for 2017, which means I'm going to look at this one, not this one. So in 2017, Tennessee's exports were blank than its imports. So I'm going to go ahead to help me out. I'm going to put exports were 33 billion, and its imports were 79 billion. So now I'm going to compare them. Are the exports less, more, decreased, or increased from the imports? So is 33 less than, greater than, or equal to 79? Okay, it is less than, so I'm going to put the word less and mark it off. Now you are going to do the other three using the same strategies that we just learned right here, and then you're going to input your answers when you are done.